Hello, my lovelies. Let's make a money bowl. Let's make some abundance come into our life for this new year that we're about to ring in the next few days. All right, some things that you will need for this. A bowl, a jar, something that you can put these ingredients in. I'm going to use rice, so anything that you have on hand for that will work. Some cinnamon, some cloves, ground cinnamon, some sea salt, and some bay leaves. So the bay leaves we're actually going to put our intentions on, and we're going to put them in the bowl, and then under the first new moon of the year we're going to burn those as our intentions and put them out into the universe. I also have some seashells and some crystals that I'm going to put in here, and then you can either use coins or dollars, doesn't really matter, but some sort of money currency that you can put in there, physical currency that you're going to put in the bowl. So first step is we're going to take some incense of your choice, and you're going to cleanse the bowl. So we're going to do that first. So light the incense. Do this in a safe way. Don't be dangerous with anything. So we're literally going to wait until it starts smoking, and we're going to clean the energy of the bowl. I've also washed this with soap and water and cleaned it and dried it, and then we're going to clean the energy that way. So this is to allow the flow to come back into our life, and who couldn't use more money? So that's why we're doing this. All right, so that is cleaned out. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing with the rice. You can use just salt in here if you don't have a bunch of rice that you want to use. I typically will just clean the rice like this, and then I reuse it over and over again. So I don't typically like throw it all out once I'm done with this. I just wash everything and then clean it this way. So then we're going to put the rice in the bowl. Rice is a sign of abundance as well, so we're going to clean that. Make sure that the energy is flowing again. All right, so the next thing I like to do is I like to take a little bit of the sea salt, and we're just going to sprinkle it around the bowl. Salt is for cleansing and protection, so I'm just going to put this all the way around. Same thing with the cloves and the cinnamon. Cloves are for abundance, so is cinnamon, protection, all that good stuff. It also makes things smell nice, so I just sprinkle some of each of them in the bowl. You can also use cinnamon at the first of the month, which I typically do after I clean everything. I'm going to blow cinnamon into the front door of my home. It also helps to welcome and attract abundance. So if I move the camera, you can see got all of those in there, the rice in there, the salt, all of the ingredients so far. Okay, so the next thing I like to do is I have crystals that I use in my bowl. It'll also help to clear and charge the crystals, putting them in the salt, putting them in the rice, and it's something that won't typically damage your crystals. So I'm going to start at the top of my bowl, so think of like a clock. So at 12 o'clock, and then I'm going to go all the way around. So we're attracting all of the money from all of the different time, space, and dimension this way. And the final one I'm going to put in is a piece of citrine. Citrine is known to attract wealth and abundance. I stick that one right in the center. I'm going to flip the All right, so I've got my citrine in the center. I've got a whole bunch of different stuff in here. All these are different little crystals that I just happen to have on hand. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually put our bay leaves in there. So we're going to write with a marker the intention that we wish to bring in for us for the next month. So these are bay leaves. You can get them at pretty much any grocery store. They're just dried leaves, and we're going to write our intentions on them. Best to use a marker. I'm using green because this is for abundance. So you can write anything that you want on these. It's your intention that matters. And then we're going to stick them in our bowl. So just like that, and you would leave it there until the new moon in January. I believe it's going to be middle of the month, around the 13th or so. All right, so I've got all my intentions set on the bay leaves there. So those are put in there. This is a necessary step. I'm just going to do it because I don't want there to be any sort of restrictions. So I'm going to cleanse this space one more time just to make sure everything that has been put in here, the crystals, the leaves, all of it is spiritually cleansed by the incense. We're going to make sure that everything flows, that there's no restrictions. Your crystals can pick up energy just from sitting there. So one final step that you don't absolutely have to do that. So that's that one. And then the final step would be to add the money. So periodically, you want to refresh your bowl with a little bit more. So let's say you only start out with a couple of coins in there. That's fine. Throughout the month, add a little bit more every so often, and that way it's still flowing into you. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so I added all the coins in there. We've cleaned everything. We've set our intentions on the bowl. You can also speak your intentions into the bowl, like hold it, think about what you want to say, and then literally speak it into the bowl. And then you set it someplace. This is going to go on my altar in my office on top of a bookcase that I have. And then every so often, I'm going to add a few more coins or some dollars to it throughout the month. So if things start to feel like they're stuck and stagnant, you can always take more incense and you can go through and clean the energy again, and that'll help to increase the flow. Don't forget to blow your cinnamon through your door on the 1st. It's New Year's, so bring in that new intention. It's an 8 year for abundance, so super important that we bring that money back into it. So that's it. Super easy. You can use any sort of bowl or jar that you happen to have. I also have like an old pickle jar, and I stick a bay leaf in here and then I'll add it. It's like my change jar that I collect stuff in. So that's another way you can do that. Any sort of vessel works. If you have like, this is just a regular bowl that we use, any of those things will work. It's your intention that really matters with this. So good luck. Happy manifesting. It's an 8 year for 2024, which is the symbol of abundance. The color is emerald green, so if you have anything that's that dark green color to stick in your bowl, that definitely will help to draw that method of attraction of energy to your bowl, to your manifestation. So on the new moon, not the 1st, the new moon, we are going to actually burn these intentions. So I'll make another video during that new moon and I'll show you guys what we do. It's super simple. You're literally going to take whatever your bay leaf that you wrote your intention on. You can also use a piece of paper if you don't have bay leaves. If you have like a green pen or a green marker, especially if you're trying to attract money in abundance, write those intentions out, fold it towards you if it's a piece of paper 3 times because you're trying to attract it to you, and then you're going to set it in your bowl until the new moon, and then take it outside very carefully, fireproof container, and light it with the intention that you're releasing it into the universe so that the universe will bring it back to you. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you this weekend.